And then I'd get death threats after it. I remember we got threatened by a big pharma company just like 6 years ago to be sued because we talked about their patents to have chips in the pills. And they said, that's not true. We're going to sue you. And now the company's come out with them. They just don't want it resisted before it becomes ubiquitous. I am so blown away right now. I mean, you can see how the technocracy is working. They're having congressional hearings about Facebook because they've been censoring conservatives. Forget conservatives. How about everybody? They won't let you say Islamic terror, and when you try to write that on Facebook, it comes back to you and says, there is no such thing as Islamic terror. Muslims are not terrorists. The sky is not blue. Obamacare is free. 2 + 2 = 5. You didn't build your business. And then you got Gruber on C-SPAN going, oh, thank God, the public's so dumb. Oh, I got help to rip everybody off. It's going to triple prices. I mean, what time zone or time warp did I enter, man, where the TVs are watching you, the Pokemon's a drone spy, they're bringing in radical Muslims, the worst type, that just murder every other Muslim they get their hands on, and Christians, all these leftist gay groups love Muslims. I'm online saying, bring more Muslims in so they can throw you off roofs. I mean, it's a freak show, man. It is a freak show. I'm going to stop right there. We need the funding to really get aggressive. Hillary's got a 30-mile exclusion zone at the RNC and DNC through Obama. They've never done that before, so we can't fly aircraft. We're going to do it outside the zone, other cities, but we're just getting a bunch of trucks now that have giant Hillary for Prison on the side for both events. So all the proceeds when you buy a Hillary for Prison shirt go to that, but don't let her stop you. You wear the shirt. You get in these people's faces. You explain to them how she's a fascist globalist and it's a takeover. Also, our top-of-the-line nutraceutical game changer that is proven to detoxify the cells. BioPQQ, CoQ10, resveratrol, you name it, it's the ultimate formula. It's a strong formula. Consult your physician before you take it. Some people have good side effects like getting numb and stuff where they've had nerve damage because it's one of the products you could say is patented to regrow nerves. I mean, this stuff isn't playing games. I chopped my finger off, 10 years ago, and the feeling never completely came back in. I started taking DNA Force, started tingling on the end. No longer numb, no longer, it's all there. Literally, 7, 8 years after my finger was chopped off, the feeling came all the way back when I took DNA Force. Now, that's just what it does with nerves. Proven, documented, we can actually say it with this product because of the hundreds of studies and patents and everything else. InfoWarsLife.com, 25% off the regular price. Comparable products you get from doctors are 3, 4, 5 times. A lot of what's in it is prescription in Europe now. Get it, experience it, support the broadcast. You can't lose doing that. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139.
Than't you for listening.
War's been declared on the West.
Visit GCN.
The technocracy's allied with Islam. Prepare yourselves. An Imperial probe droid.
Tell your children not to hear my
But it's not the type we saw in the 1980 blockbuster Empire Strikes Back. It comes from the folks that own and run the most evil slave factories in the world. But they're liberal, so it's okay. Comes from the folks that symbol is the image of the fall of humanity. An apple with the bite out of it. And the other companies are just as bad, but they're the king daddy. When you play, we're doing a report on this, nobody else has this info yet. Pokemon Go, it uses Google Maps to overlay where you're at. And now when you're in your house, you name it, all of it. You're just seeing the interface of the false reality, but videos being sent back to Google headquarters. So they know everything in your house. They know if you have a gun. They know everything you're doing. Because it's easy for you just to give a little high-tech Imperial probe droid. Here, let me just give a probe droid that tracks everything my child does and even knows when they're asleep or when they're awake or what their heart rate is. It's just all in a little, you can talk to it. It's fun. They don't want to talk to you anymore, though. Here, have an Imperial probe droid. It's like the Matrix. Oh, little spider legs come out of it and runs off. No, it's not scary like that. And the smart meter's running things and everything's fine. And, Facebook won't let you say Islamic terror now. No, everything's fine. Everything's wonderful. Fantasy football is going to be coming up soon for all the real men in America. The real men, the Real men just give their kid an iPhone. You know, here you go. Play Pokemon over there. While the AI computer now has somebody with Google Maps to go around and add to their whole database. Thank you. Thank you for the intel. You thought you were playing a game. You're not playing a game. You're supper. You're in the game now. And then for folks that still get their news from CNN or the New York Times, Infowars.com, I cannot get over the fact that this is not bigger news. I cannot get over the fact that we broke last night to millions of people that watch total. Hundreds of thousands watching on our streams, watching on television feeds, hundreds of thousands watched on YouTube, hundreds of thousands listened to the streams, where we just sat there and showed everyone Facebook in live time won't let you say Islamic terror. And then changes what you write to Muslims are not terrorists. Doesn't just burn books, doesn't just destroy language, it puts words in your mouth. It controls you. It engineers you. But that's okay, because Mark Zuckerberg's a liberal. And he lives while you sleep, while you have the goggles on, the virtual reality that he controls. He walks bipedal like a man, like a god, amongst suboid slaves, entering their matrix pods. And then you see where this technocracy is going. Just like Matt Drudge got told back in 2015 that 2016 was when they were going to roll out the real censorship. And Facebook brags, we can deliver an election to whoever we want. Because, well, just like the voting machines change the vote for who you vote for, just like Hillary takes Bernie's votes. You're going to put up with it. Bernie supporters like having their vote taken. Yeah, they like Hillary. Yeah. They like Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg says, yeah, our users trust us. They're dumb effers. Or if it was a smartphone that censors you, it'd be, they're dumb duckers. Because you can't say dumb effers. See, he's Mark Zuckerberg. He rules the biggest nation in the world, Facebook, with several billion users. And even CNBC says he's a dictator. But there's not going to be any news about him controlling language. Not going to be any news about the CIA already operating with thousands of fake reporters that are computers. Yeah, an actual agent might have pangs of guilt, but not the AI computer that's got a nice name. We're going to talk to our Navy SEAL friend who warned of this Tet-2 offensive coming several years ago. Mr. Bracken, straight ahead, Paul Watson, and more. The latest on the Nice Islamic terror attack, the Orthodox, authorized, Islamic-supported jihad that our government won't tell you is. 31-year-old Mohammed Lahuyej Bouhoudel. He's got a lot of fans. They've got major polls out. They've got Gallup. They've got you name it. We were just showing some in the last hour. 35, 36, 37%, in some areas 42% in France of military-age men want to kill and suicide bomb the French people. Now, that's asking somebody, do you want to kill people? Do you support this? And 42% of military-age men say yes. When they polled Muslims in general, 36% in France. We showed that last hour. And it doesn't matter what polling agency you do, it's the same numbers. And it's similar in other nations because they're proud of it. It's why you're not going to see Muslims apologizing. Pew Research, 42% of military-age men, 35% of Muslims, period, say they support suicide bombers. In Spain, 29%. In Great Britain, 35%. In Germany, 22%. In the United States, 26%. Support going out to their 4th of July, their Bastille Day, and a street's closed, people having picnics, watching the fireworks, and you just run them over. 10 children dead. Now it's 84 dead. Over 50 in critical condition. Hundreds more injured. People had to run, jumping into the ocean to get away. And guess what? Facebook, I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. The video, we played it last hour. I mean, we need to have major news reporting on this. Will not let you put in the words Islamic terror. Or terrorist, or Islam. It says Muslims aren't terrorists. You fast forward in the video, it'll show it, a close-up. And then it tells you what to say. Muslims are not terrorists. We try to say terrorists, and it says Muslims are not terrorists. Well, that's quite a spell checker for you with your keywords. So you think with your iPhone it's cute. Oh, it won't let me say the F word. It says duck. You see where all this is going? And then Zuckerberg comes out and says, oh, he's going to censor, but don't worry, the CNN, the New York Times, look at this. Media blames truck, not terrorists or Islam. In fact, I've heard people out there saying, oh, Fort Hood was just mental illness. Oh, San Bernardino was workplace violence. Oh, the guy out in Florida, he wasn't Islamic. No, his family, his dad, all just bring in the jihadis and call for it. He's just joining us at the bottom of the hour. Wanted him to pop in. Almost 2 years ago, he wrote the article for his website dealing with Tet 2 and the Islamic invasion. We'll put that on screen for TV viewers. You can go to his website and read it. Tet Take 2, Islam's 2016 European Offensive. And again, that's updated from when he wrote in 2014, 2015. And his website's enemiesforeignanddomestic.com. He's a best-selling author and a former Navy SEAL. I know he's a very humble guy and says, well, I'm not really a big deal or anything. But the point is, he comes highly recommended from smart folks we talk to that are patriots. They say, well, we can't tell you anything. Just go get Matt Bracken on. He'll tell you what they're really planning. I'm going to say this before we go to Matt. I want to ask him this question. Is there any doubt that this is a coordinated globalist program allied with Islam and Saudi Arabia to bring down the left and to merge with the left, Islam with the left, and to actually persecute everyone that doesn't submit, saying it's our fault the Muslims are attacking? Germany's already doing it. Sweden's already doing it. France is already arresting people. Facebook's already censoring. They're already censoring newspaper. People are going along with it and will not use the words. I mean, this is crazy that we're under attack, and we've got a globalist-run information war where we can't even say who is attacking us. And you've got every weirdo leftist group. They have major Hollywood movies out attacking me by name, saying I'm an Islamophobe and need to be locked up. I mean, the Democratic Party platform says arrest climate change deniers. I mean, is this really their attack plan? Because you predicted it. It's here. The attacks are bigger. They're coming closer together. Matt Bracken.
Hi, Alex. It's a terrible day, but you keep wondering at what point will there be a turning point. Today I saw President Hollande of France, and his remarks in Nice never mentioned Islam. Just terrorism.
He's the one that brought him in. He's the one that brought him in. Right. He's allied with them. He's their general.
In Germany, they're arresting people that post anything about the invasion on social media. They're not arresting the Islamists. They're arresting the people who warn about the Islamists. And in our country, from our president to our Department of Homeland Security, they're traitors. At this point in 2016, you have to say, if you're still pretending that this has nothing to do with Islam, then you are either secretly already a Muslim or you've already made your separate peace as a dhimmi. That's under the Sharia. People have to understand, when Newt was talking about Sharia, Sharia is not just something for Muslims to abide. When Sharia law comes, everybody has to abide it. Now, if you're a Christian or a Jew, you don't have to become a Muslim. You can become a dhimmi, D-H-I-M-M-I. That's a category, like a caste, meaning you have to be submitted, you have to be humiliated, an official second or third class citizen.
And that's if you're in the few countries where they decide to use you as slaves. In most countries, they go ahead and just run you out or kill you.
Right, or take your women as sex slaves. Now, 2 weeks ago, Jay Johnson was on in a Senate hearing. Ted Cruz and others on the Senate Intelligence Committee. The week earlier, they had Phil Haney and some other patriots on. Phil Haney wrote "See Something, Say Nothing" about how he was kicked out of the Department of Homeland Security.
We've had him on,
and right, and all of the words that describe Islamic terrorism. Islam, jihad, ummah.
They're not allowed to use it in the investigations. What do you make of us now? No one on Facebook can even, in their keyword, add that to their tags.
Yeah, and it's a shame that even the FBI, as we've seen with Comey taking a dive, obviously the word got to him.
Sure, so let's talk big picture. Big picture, what's the master plan in all this? I mean, what are the socialists, the globalists thinking? Hitting us with probably 1 million refugees here, 5 million in Europe. They're hiding the numbers. We know that. What's the big plan?
the socialists think that they can ride the tiger of Islam, but in the end,